In the 200th episode of Chicago Med Season 11, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, a beloved ship is at the heart of the action. Naturally, it is carried out in a way that delights and dramatizes the characters and the audience. Given that Will and Natalie have had a difficult past, it is fitting that the episode presents them with one of their greatest obstacles. However, they demonstrate once more that their love is resilient. Like them, spectators are glued to the screen, hoping that Owen will survive and that Natalie and the baby will emerge from surgery unharmed. If it weren't so tense, it wouldn't be a Chicago Med episode. Chaos, misunderstandings, and ultimately, happiness envelop them in Manstead history. This episode is no exception, as Natalie subtly accuses Will of being responsible for Owen. Rather than express her feelings to him, Natalie keeps her fury to herself, ignores his remarks, and finally loses it when she tells him that he would rather keep the baby alive than save Owen. Of course, this is completely untrue, but it is her method of facing the circumstance and dealing with her son's position. The happiest ending results from the case's insanity, the anxiety of potentially losing Owen and having surgery. Natalie, the unborn child, and Owen are all doing well. Most importantly, though, Will gets to claim Owen as his own. Given their shared past, it makes fitting that Goodwin is the one who enlightens Will about Owen's situation. She created a universe of possibilities by handing the young kid the notebook, which caused Will and Owen to connect in a manner they hadn't previously. With both of their children healthy, Manstead has a happy ending. A. Brewer. It is well known that Frost had a difficult upbringing. Frost exhibits a physical reaction that indicates he is having internal difficulties each time a challenging case involving parents arrives at the emergency department. On Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, the same thing occurs. Frost's response indicates that he can identify with the patient's partner's description of violent parents and a traumatic upbringing. However, when the patient's parents request that his sperm be extracted, he has already been deemed clinically dead. The situation becomes even more clear. No one can claim that Frost's response is excessive. Viewers, on the other hand, concur with him. It's absurd to hear the parents demand their son's sperm. How can someone disregard the consent of their son who is clinically dead? Although we all agree with Frost, we can see why Goodwin and Lennox advise him to follow the rules. But once more, Lennox takes everyone by surprise by reacting appropriately and reprimanding their parents. Viewers are aware that Lennox has reached a stage in her life where acting appropriately is no longer important, even though Frost is shocked by what she did. She doesn't hesitate to act and speak any way she wants, which improves the evolution of a character we originally didn't like. Doris had to make a humorous remark to cap off Chicago Med's 200th anniversary. Doris has been the character that injects humor into dramatic scenes for all 11 seasons. This time, she remarks on the irony of it while pointing to a room full of Asher's ex-boyfriends. She is well aware of everything that occurs at that hospital and is well aware of when to make comments on it.